The hours-long search continues for a gunman suspected of killing his ex-wife at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. Police are looking for 53-year-old Mario Green, last seen walking out the front door at the hospital. His car found abandoned and still no sight of him anywhere. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jessica Dupnack.
And I'm Brandon Hudson. Fox News' Camila Miri has been on the ground since the shooting happened. She joins us with the very latest. Camille, what have you learned?
Yeah, I mean, this has been a very tense day for a lot of people. This all started around 9:55 this morning. I want you to take a look at the picture the police released of Mario Green, the surveillance image of him that they released very early on. Of course, we've got video, too, on the scene. What police have been telling us since the very beginning is that Mario Green, according to investigators, walked into Henry Ford Hospital, went into the basement, and shot his ex-wife. Now, this was considered an armed gunman situation. Not know if he was targeting other people. I apologize for the noise. Didn't know if other people were in danger, so they basically put the hospital on lockdown and searched every room, every nook and cranny, every closet, every floor, and determined pretty quickly on that he was no longer in the hospital. But then, of course, where was Mario Green? That was the million-dollar question. That is the million-dollar question the police are still asking. They've got boots on the ground all over Detroit and the metropolitan area. All Points Bulletin looking for this man. He is described as wearing all black, a gold chain, a pinkish backpack that he was wearing. You saw that in the image. Now, we did get a chance to talk to people who were inside the hospital at the time. The man you're about to hear from, his wife, his girlfriend, I should say, had just given birth to their baby boy. Take a listen.
I was just getting back from getting coffee. I was getting food because my girlfriend, she just had our son. As I was walking to get on the elevator to go to the maternity unit, I just heard a bunch of people screaming. At the time, I didn't know it was an active shooter. I just knew it was a bunch of screaming going on. So I didn't know what really was going on until I actually turned the news on in the room. I went to the window to look to see what was going on, and I just seen a bunch of police running in here. And then I seen a couple of them, they had, like, you know, the AKs and the guns, and they were running in and out.
Yeah, this is a unfortunate situation that I was covering on the Millionaire Morning Show, and the guy was in his 50s. I think he was like 54 or 53 or something like that. Initially, the news got it wrong and said that he was in his 60s. The woman was 40, and they found out that she was actually his ex-wife and baby mom's. And so it's nothing more than a domestic violence situation that'll have people crashing out, unfortunately. But he did speed off. They said that he had got away, and they recently captured him, and so we'll go over that in a second. But the thing that I want to say a lot of times is nobody, unless you are messing with little kids or it's a self-defense situation, which is one of the reasons why I try to convince people that you have to be proactive in preventing yourself from even getting in certain situations and conversations in the first place. Obviously, this is maybe a crime of passion. The only thing that I can think of is he was crashing out at the fact that either it was something like, you know, preventing him from seeing his kid, or he was possessive over her, or maybe she was talking to somebody else. It's the only things that I can come to the conclusion of, which, again, I don't support the idea that the woman lost her life. I think that that is a very, very unfortunate thing. But obviously they had some kind of long-term relationship in which he was able to go to her job, find her, know exactly where she was working, shoot her specifically, don't target anybody else, walk right out, get into his car, and kept it moving while everybody else was running and screaming. It's a bad situation. It's a bad thing. And I don't wish death on anybody. But at the same time, I would love to know more about why he found himself in this situation in the first place. Because, again, it's never worth your life. It's never worth somebody else's life. And it's not worth you going to jail for the rest of your life. When a person gets to this point where they go up to a person's job, and this isn't even the most recent one, this is the most recent one. This season isn't the only one that has happened over the last 2 weeks. How many? 3 of them that we actually reported on, including the one where the guy went up to the woman's job at whatever facility that she was in, and there was a whole lot of shots let off. except for that woman actually didn't make it, walk away. Walk away. It's not worth it. Walk away. It's not a situation that you need to be in long term. I want to say you'll heal from it. Time heals all wounds. But again, I don't know anything about that particular situation, but I do know that she was his ex-wife. I don't know if it was like a 13 to 15-year age gap, and she was his ex-wife, and she was also the mother of his child. Now, the child don't have a father or a mother because the father is going to be in jail and the mother is gone, right? So it for the sake of what? For what? It's just not worth it, man.
Early this morning, Detroit police caught a wanted man. Mario Green was on the run for hours. He's accused of fatally shooting his ex-wife. It all unfolded at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit yesterday. Heath Kalb is live outside of DPD. I mean, Heath, so many eyes have been on this situation over the last 24 hours. What do we know about that arrest?
Very much so, Terrell. It was early this morning at 3 a.m. when Detroit police say after searching for that man, 53-year-old Mario Green of Detroit, all day Friday, they eventually took him into custody on the city's east side, around the 5200 block of LeMay Street. They took him into custody. Now, we're going to show you him on your screen in just a moment here. He was on the run from police all day Friday after he had allegedly shot his ex-wife at Henry Ford Hospital. Now, residents living on LeMay Street say they first heard police in their neighborhood shortly after midnight Saturday, and one woman and her son described to me how it was like something they've never seen before.
Yeah, I was in the living room right over there, and I was watching some TV, and I just seen like a light, a helicopter, and then there was like a lot of lights flashing into the house, and I got scared. So I called my mama, and she was talking to me, and then she said that she couldn't even come home because everything was like barricaded.
Did not know that the story that I was just watching earlier, which was all over the news, and we were on high alert because of that. I did not know that that was actually taking place in my neighborhood. So it was pretty shocking.
Now, we spoke to multiple others today, including community leaders, about this recent uptick in violence here in the city and the need for mental health counseling and other services, as such the case with so many other disturbing stories. It originates with a domestic problem. We'll have that later tonight at 11. Back to you, Terrell.
Just a sad situation for sure, Heath, but good that he is in police custody. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with the violent uptick or anything like that. It's more or less to do with the fact that this is a domestic violence dispute. It's nothing more than that. And obviously he was targeting only her. Again, we don't stand for that. We don't advocate for that. We think that people need to be able to walk away. And in the worst case or the best case scenario, no matter what, self-preservation is the key. And don't ever, ever, in any capacity, crash out over a chick. I mean, he's an old school guy. You in your 50s, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really sure. I can't think of a scenario outside of something with the kid where I would love somebody so much. And I showed the picture of the woman on the Millionaire Morning Show today on a different broadcast. I can't think of a situation where I could be so obsessed with somebody that I would want to throw myself and my own life away in an execution that I did at her job, because obviously, at this point, he should have just stayed there because there was no way that he was getting away. They had the FBI, they had the state police, they had the city police, they had outside services coming in to hunt this guy down. And, it's just bad. It's a bad, unfortunate situation. Nobody should have lost their life, and he should have been still walking around, but I guess he felt like he didn't have anything else to live for. Because if you're going to come and execute somebody at their job, clearly you don't have anything else to live for. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T. Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Stay safe, y'all.